Ahimsa samata tusti apo dhanam yaso yasam apo dhamam yaso yasam avanti bhavatanam bodhanam mata eva tadvida. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from the doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame and repaying. All these various qualities of living being are created by the intelligence, knowledge, everything, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of sense, control of the mind, happiness, justice, all everything. The different qualities of living entities, be they good or bad, are all created by Krishna. And they are described here. Intelligence refers to the power of analyze things in their proper perspective, and knowledge refers to understanding what is spirit and what is matter. That's why intelligence are discerning power, analyzing what is good, what is bad. Knowledge means to know spirit and matter. Ordinary knowledge obtained by a university education pertains only to matter, and it is not accepted here as knowledge. Knowledge means knowing the distinctions between spirit and matter. In modern education, there is no knowledge about the spirit. They are simply taking care of the natural elements and body needs. Therefore, academic knowledge is not complete. Asammoha, freedom from doubt and delusion, can be achieved when one is not hesitant and when he understands the transcendental philosophy. Slowly but surely, he becomes free from bewilderment. Nothing should be accepted blindly. Sometimes devotee, so we have to follow blindly. Not Srila Prabhupada also saying, oh, you don't have to follow blindly. You have to know things as they are, and then you have to follow. Not blindly. Everything is here, just you have to look at things, how is connection with each other. Just everything should be accepted with care and with caution. Kshema, tolerance and forgiveness should be practiced. One should be tolerant and excuse the minor offenses of others. Satyam, truthfulness, means that facts should be presented as they are for the benefit of others. Facts should be not misrepresented. According to social conventions, it is said that one can speak the truth only when it is palatable to others. But that is not truthfulness. The truth should be spoken in a straightforward way so that others will understand actually what the facts are. If a man is a thief, and if people are warned that he is a thief, that is truth. Only one person asked question to Purna about that, about this thing. What is Gauri's mother name? Bandhana. Siyaj. Somebody wants to try to, cheat somebody's money, steal somebody's money. At that time, he wants to protect that money. If devotees saw that is condition, what he should do? Siraj. The answer is, we have to say, hey, stealing his money. That is truth. No? Somebody is stealing his money. That's why we have to say, stealing. Truthful, it's a forward. If a man, although sometimes the truth is on a table, one should not refrain from speaking it. Truthfulness demands that the facts be presented as they are for the benefit of others. That is the definition of truth. Truth means not for us. We have to think all the time others. Here all the time, benefit of others. That is the truth. Something like that. Control of the sense means the sense of should not be used for unnecessary personal enjoyment. There is no prohibition against meeting the proper needs of the senses. But unnecessary sense enjoyment is detrimental for spiritual advancement. Therefore, the sense should be restrained from unnecessary use. Do you know, Prabhu, the core regulative principle of ISKCON? No meditating, no gambling. It's help us for our sense control. In the Upadesha matter of interest, there is the first verse is Vacho Vedam, Vedam, Kodasamana Vedam, Manasa Koda Vedam, Jiva Vedam, Pasta Vedam. Yatan, Vegan, Visayam, Sapathijim, Sasisya. Who can control his speak body, the arts of the speaking, or who can control his one arts like Vacho Vedam, and Vacho Vedam, Manasa, mind, Krodha, then anger, Jiva, tongue, Udara Upasta, that means genital, and belly. Who can control the senses and he can be a true guru and who can make whole world as a disciple. Okay. We have to sense, we have to use our sense of truth. Without controlling our sense, how can we can control our senses? Like the whole, how can we control the whole?
Meditation.
Our word is speaking. How can we control?
Chant.
It's good. And just glorifying the Krishna's pastimes and chanting Mahamantra. And tasting tongue, tasting prasadam. Delicious prasadam.
That's the also truthfulness with Guru. Truthfulness with Guru.
Truthfulness.
That's spiritual ministry. In terms of
This is six quality for the spiritual master who wants to become a spiritual master. We have to control our senses.
There's a question which I have. Because this verse says, control of the senses, control of the mind, they're all created by the Krishna mind.
Yes.
So, you tell me that I should control my senses. Basically, what you're trying to tell me, I should control Krishna, but that's not. So, what is ordained by Krishna is all going to happen to me. What Krishna desires will happen to me. I don't have any control over anything. Personally, that's what I mean. Because this verse clearly tells you that
Yeah.
All senses, mind, whatever it is, everything is created by Krishna alone. So he's the
Yes.
supreme
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, Prabhu. I agree with you.
So now what you say means I can practice something and control myself. No, I can't. I don't think it's possible.
You can change the direction only.
Only we can change the direction.
Yeah,
But
yeah. That is mean water is come through like this, and mind also going through all the time going down. Down is easy, you know? But we are practicing to go out. That's why we have to block. We have to control. That means it not our power, but we can change the direction, which leads to the spiritual planet. That is the way. We cannot control. That's why saying. That's why we have to we have to speak power that we hold. We have to speak power. That's why we have to use that word for the glorifying Krishna's lila, and we have tasting power. No? That's why we have to taste Krishna Prasad. That it can change the way. Everything is there. Poison is there, and nectar also is there. But we have that intelligence. We can discriminate that power. We have intelligence. That's why we have to use our intelligence, which is good or which is bad. Krishna also is saying here, everything come from me, because he is all causes are the causes. Everything, one Sri Vaishnava Sadhu is saying, Krishna just is a child playing, Bhagavad, how to say in Hindi. They are making in the sand home, house, and cooking of this thing in the bank of the ocean. And when time up, and father, mothers just come, oh, please come, and then everything is just leave over there. No? Like that types of renunciations we have to do. And same thing, Krishna also, just he created in Brahma Sutra, there is one verse, because Krishna created a whole universe, Ekoham Bhausyam, he was alone and he wants to become main. That's why he created whole universes. It's spiritual and material, both are. Because just he wants to play. That's why he created everything. But spiritual planet he made like that, there is no anxiety, loads and all these things, no painful spiritual planet. This material planet is full of anxiety and painful. That's why living who come to the living entities in a time in the middle who comes here, he have to go back there. There is no anxiety and everything. Sachidananda Swarup there. That's why we have to try. That we can change our direction only. We can just we can engage our senses over the pleasing him, and everything is okay. He knew that he just tried. He wants to come in, he feeling is suffering there. He don't want to enjoy any more enjoying life. That's me. That is the way. Everything given by him. Even though everything made by him, everything. Still we are thinking we are the enjoyer. Just we forget him and just we want to, whatever we like. That is the cause of suffering. Yes. Probably it makes sense.
yeah, it makes sense. But the only thing which I'm having is somehow we get this. Most people here we say that we should do something, practice something. But so the other day, I can give one more example. The other day I was meeting one of my friends. He told me that to achieve something, only he's a big guy. He had to take so many risks in his life. So if he takes a lot of risks in life, he becomes more wealthy, more famous, whatever it is. Now the issue is somehow he was usurping all the controlling abilities to himself. He says, I am in control of everything around. That's not true. Somehow this also gives us that I can control my senses, I can control my truth, I can control what I am speaking. No. What is given to me to speak is being told by someone else. Right?
And we can use maybe practically also sometimes if I speak something to against him, he will angry. You know that. That power you have. That means Krishna, what he like.
Yeah, I agree, but the question is, we try to, it's something very simple, like you have a small child. Even a small child, within maybe 2 years or 3 years old, he knows what the parents like and what the parents are not. He won't do something which he will get a beating from the parent. No, he will not do any mischief. So when he might do some mischief, but the moment he sees his parent, he becomes quiet. So the same thing which I'm saying, it's all the same situation when you have.
Who do the mischievous for them? Already, everything is prepared for those type of people who wants to do abominable work, who wants to come to Krishna, and for everybody. That's why Krishna is Samoham Sarvabhutesu. He is the equal for everyone who wants to do that. He is not bothering everybody. He just drashta, upakrata. He's seeing what is he doing. He's not bothering everything. That's a upakrata mam drishpa. That's why he's just looking. It's just answer. It's good or bad or whatever thing. People, they can discriminate it. Because Krishna also gives buddhi, intelligence too. That's why he had to discriminate that thing is good or bad. I am thinking like that because he's giving everything. He's the every source of everything. But otherwise, why everybody try to control everything? We have to control like traffic light. Traffic light we have to stop. Otherwise, we will be in accident or we will commit accident or whatever. Later on, we're talking nature of the human being. Somebody is demonic nature, and somebody has this demigod like the divine nature, and the nature also there. And some are fallible, somebody is infallible. It's coming through. But everybody have. Now we got this condition by our previous activities. That definitely. And for well, wide, and knowledge, it's already fixed. Many santas, they are saying that same thing. That is already fixed. But here, if we got chance, by the Saubhagya, Brahmandi, Gamite, Kauna, Bhagavad, Guru, Krishna, Lata, Pai, Bhakti, Peace. That means we just suffering, wandering here and there. By chance, he got the sadhusam and spiritual master and Krishna, and then he just planted bhakti, that devotional to his heart, and he will come back. That means only fortunate soul they can do devotional service. That means nature, mode of nature is there. And previous activities is there. That previous activities, when the living entity is not changed the body, at that time his karma comes with the mind, because subtle body and subtle mind and subtle pulse come. And at that time, mind carry that previous activity, and decision by the Chitragupta, Yamaraj, many candidates for the doing all this thing, and then they put the body of the such family, such mother, and that is the system. And talking about this in Bhagavad, Buddha, Gita, that is the thing. And here also talking about same thing, 15th chapter is coming soon. That means, we can. The Rishikesh, one thing, Rishikesh means who is the master of the senses. Krishna is the master of the senses. Rishikesh, his name, that's why his name is Rishikesh. He is the master of the senses. If we engage our senses for pleasing the master of senses, and our senses will be perfect, satisfied. If we are forget the Rishikesh with the master of the senses, just we want to try ourselves, and then we suffer. That's why the Rishikesh Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. The topmost devotion is that we have to engage our senses for pleasing the matter of senses. That is the topmost devotional service. That means whatever we have, like our eyes should be in Bhagavad second canto, there is talking about our eyes, mouth, nose, ear, for what is that, everything, how we can. If we have eyes, if we are not seeing Krishna's deity, Lord's deity, that only look like feather of the peacock feather's eyes. Do you know that? Do you know? You understand?
The peacock's feather looks like
Yeah, feathers. There is also eye. No? Same thing. Eye is there, but is useless. No problem. And if nose only, we have to take fragment of the flower, lotus flower, lotus flower, Krishna. Otherwise, is this respiration system is going like blacksmith in India. I do not know, but there is one here coming things just made by the skin, and that's when it will pull down and it will come out. And some coal is there become fire, and then a rod, iron rod, it become fire, and what shapes once we can make, same thing. Otherwise, if we are not, fragment that like same thing. Same thing, it's useless. And this ear, if we are not hearing Krishna Katha, glories of the Krishna, and is only like the snake hole. The snake all the time, snake never make the hole. He all the time to leave the others hole. But the snake hole, only useless. And then this tongue also, if we are not using for the chanting the Mahamantra and tasting Mahaprasadam, this only we are talking this, that, this, Gramya Katha, that is called. Everything we are just talking about that. That means this is also like the frog, frog, in the rainy season, frog, and snake come and eat only calling the death. That means if we are using our tongue for chanting the Mahamantra and Krishna's glory, and we will be free from the death. We'll get this body for the service to the Lord. This Karo Hare Mandira Marjana Disu. Ambarish Maharaj saying, Karo Hare Mandira. Just his feet for the traveling to holy dhamas, Lord's dhama. His hand for the cleaning the temples and serving to the Lord and making prasadam, nice prasadam. This all these things, this mind and intelligence for the Krishna seva. We can use our mind for the propagating the holy name and propagating the Krishna consciousness. All the things we can use that like that. That is the proper way, because we have to pleasing the master of this enjoy. If we are not pleasing our master, and sometimes we are doing the job also too. There is also boss master. If we are not pleasing him, we just kick out from the job. Same thing if we are not pleasing to the Krishna, and he just he's putting us to many varieties of places there already. There he made for everyone who wants to enjoy himself. No problem. That's why he's not posting. Many things is going on. Why? If Krishna is Lord is there, many people say the same thing. If Krishna is there, if Lord is there, so many nonsense things going on. Why he's not disturbing all these things? Everybody thinking same thing, because he is not responsible for what he is doing. Krishna not responsible. Living entity is responsible. He is not bothering anybody. That's why he is Kripalu, he is Dayalu. कृपा का मतलब एक ही नहीं होता है कि हाँ, that not mean is not कृपा. Mercy mean all the time just giving something, property, wealth and good education, good knowledge and fame. But not that. Mean who wants to enjoy it without pleasing him? Oh, it's okay. That is mercy. Both way, good way or bad. That's why he's saying everything. Everything I am. That's why he's saying everything is. But where should we keep ourselves? Where should we keep? Just so we can use our mind. What we want. We want to please him, and we want to go to his Vidhan. We have to do it. Okay, it makes some little bit sense, Brahma. Are you agree now? He's the master of senses.
No, he's a master of everything. He is a master. What we are doing is we are just following his. He gives us knowledge. He gives us intelligence.
Yeah, everything. But why he gave everything? For what? That is the reason. Reason is in this first creation, beginning of the creation, Lord Brahma created. What he created first? He created these planets. And then Jalatar, within the water, that. And then it the sky, whatever the sky, there is birds, all these things. And like this, and at last, everything is created, but nobody can say, perform the devotional service. Everybody like dog. Just they are spending their intelligence is not so smart for the perfection. That's why, oh no. When they will come back, all the time they have no discriminate power. Less intelligent, everything is created by Lord Brahma. Oh, not good. What to do? And then they create the holy perfection. And then system is they put in the system. To say 8,004,000 species, and after that crossing that, and then human body will get. Then the system also put over. That means human body for the perfection, for the devotional service, not for the sense enjoyment. If who wants to do sense enjoyment, how to say it, strictly, they can enjoy without restriction. With animals, they can do anything, anytime. For them, but human being is not doing anything. They have rules and regulations and place and time and circumstances, everything they have to manage. That's why, because human people have, human being have the intelligence. That's why they are not fear of outside of the cover and everything. That is the symptom of the human being is the super. Supreme means not for the killing others and essentially for the enjoyment. Supreme means with the Superman, they have to protect others. That is the duty. Okay, now we have to go further. My unnecessary thought, that is called sama. We are just thinking. One should not spend one's time wondering over earning money. Prabhupada saying that is a misuse of the thinking power. The mind should be used to understand the prime necessity of human beings, and that should be presented authoritatively. The power of thought should be developed in association with the person who are authorities in the scriptures, saintly persons and spiritual masters, and those who thinking is highly developed. Mind का भी हो गया इसमें. Sukham. Obviously. Oh, Sukham, yes. Sukham, pleasure or happiness, should always be in that which is favorable for the cultivation of the spiritual knowledge of Krishna consciousness. And similarly, that which is painful or which causes distress is that which is unfavorable for the cultivations of Krishna consciousness. Anything favorable for the development of Krishna consciousness should be accepted, and anything unfavorable should be rejected. Prabhupada also saying same thing. Anukulasya sankalpa partikulasya varjana. That means whatever favorable, they have to sankalpa mean enthronement or do that. And partikulasya varjana with the infavorable, we have to leave them. And what is the good favorable, we have to do some all that. Bhava. Bhava means guru, but should be understood to refer to the body. As far as the soul is concerned, there is neither birth nor death. That we have discussed in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, birth and death apply to one's embodiment in the material world. Fear is due to worrying about the future. A person is in Krishna consciousness has no fear, because by his activities he is sure to go back to spiritual sky, back home, back to the world. One thing is here, we point out, soul, is this soul concern, there is neither birth nor death. What does that mean? What does that mean? As far as the soul is concerned, there is neither birth nor death. What does that mean?
It's eternal. There's no beginning, no end.
And then how is transmigration one body to another body?
What, just reincarnation?
Yes, I am. Get incarnate, next body, next body. Yeah, birth and death apply to one's embodiment in the material. That means in spiritual world there is no birth and death. In material world there is birth and death by their activities. They produce this. They produce the karma. When we are doing something, and we produce some karma, like creative activities. Creative activity. If we are doing something, result will should become same thing. If we are doing something in this life, this life, what is the activities we are doing to produce our action, karma. That karma lead us to our next body. That's why we have to stop our chain of karma. Karma means action. We have to stop, just block it. And we have to do akarma. There is three karma. Karma, akarma, or vikarma. There are three varieties of karma. We already discussed about that in chapter. That means karma means creative activities. And vikarma means just we are just not following the scriptures. That is vikarma. And then akarma means Not that fruited activities would not produce the fruits, and others is just going to harassment and because anti-scriptures, like they going to harassment. Not like that. It's akarma mean devotional service to the Lord, that is called akarma. It's not producing any more fruit. That is called akarma. That is spiritual, internal.
It doesn't bear fruit? It doesn't bear fruit, you're saying?
Yeah.
It's-
What is the devotional service is not for the fruitive activities. This is for pleasing the Krishna, original one, our real Father, Supreme. Because he is the master of the senses and our everything. He is the master of everything. That's why if we please him, that means that is not producing our karma, fruitive activities. That's why called akarma. It's not producing our karma. That's why we have to stop our chain of fruitive activities, karma. And that's why Srila Prabhupada is saying, oh, devotees they are already practicing devotional service, still they are suffering. Look like they are doing the same thing, whatever others do. Why? Sometimes they badly suffering also. Why? Prabhupada is saying, they stop their work, it's like if we switch off the fan, still some rounds is going on. Same thing, stop is material work. It's still running by this previous karma. That's why they are also suffering. But they are not become pure, 100% pure. Up to that period, they have to suffer too. प्रभु जी कुछ समझ गए? कुछ लग रहा है कि आपको कुछ अजीब सा लग रहा है? Okay. That means, I'm just pointing out neither birth nor death. It means soul is eternal, but just soul take the body, accept the body by producing, like sun produce the clouds and just cover himself also. We cannot see. Same thing. The living entities produce karma and cover himself. I am doing like as a drama. Drama man, just his character is different, but he's just doing character, whatever character he has. He's just doing. In real, he is not doing anything. That's why everything is done by Krishna. Done by Krishna, we are just puppet. Srila Prabhupada also saying, I am the puppet of your Nachao, Prabhu. Just he make us dance. But we have to that knowledge, he is dancing us. That means we have to please him, and then it's part of the all bondage of the material bondage. Vidyante videganti chittante sarva samsaya. There is Bhagavad, there is one verse. What will happen after reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam? What will happen? What is the fruit of this reading of this thing? That means Vidyante videganti. That means not of the heart. That means first is lust, sex desire. That is the heart. So within Bhagavatam, that means lust desire is the first, not women and men are attracted to each other, and when they combine, and then they ganti bahu, and then attachment is just tightly bind, and cut off is very hard, and that's why we call it the Vidyante. After hearing Bhagavad Gita, that knot will be cut by the sword of knowledge, and it will come later on is verses like that. Chidyante sarva samsaya. Sarva samsaya means doubts. It's vanquish all type varieties of doubt after hearing this Bhagavad. That's why soul is eternal, never to God, and just is active as a drama. Until living entity wants to know the things as are, until they are not realizing the self-realization. No? Self-realization. That means self and what is the realization? That means self, soul and material body is totally different. We have to remember that. That's why we are not this body. We are the eternal soul. That's why this material world is not good for us. Because we are dukkha, dosa, and darsana, and everything, every time miserable. Eternal soul is the part and parcel of the super soul. That's why his character is Sachidananda. So we have to stop this part. Here to our next point is, therefore this future is very bright. Others, however, do not know that their future goals. They have no knowledge of what the next life holds. So they are, therefore, is constant anxiety. If we want to get free from anxiety, then the best course is to understand Krishna and be situated always in Krishna consciousness. In that way, we will be free from all fear. This is Bhagavatam. Canto, second chapter, verse number 32, it is stated. Ayam ditiram nivesatasya visadapesasya. This is talking about Guru. Fear is caused by our absorption in the illusory energy. But those who are free from the illusory energy, those who are confident that they are not the material body, that they are the spiritual part of the spiritual personality of the Godhead, and who are therefore engaged in the transcendental service of the Supreme Godhead, have nothing to fear. Their future is very bright. This fear is a condition of persons who are not in Krishna consciousness. Abhayam, fearlessness, is possibly only for one in Krishna consciousness. Isada papers, this sloka is not complete. If complete, then it's just a Guru. Guru can deliver. Second, whole things in there. I am the PM, the race of Asa, Isada papers, Guru Deva Karma. God. Guru as a God, Guru Deva Atma, is the soul of the the soul of the part and parcel of the super soul, but recommended by the super soul to this Guru's soul, and is the super soul directing from our heart and from outside. He come to as a Guru, by the Guru. Guru give the knowledge, and Krishna give us knowledge from inside, and Guru give the knowledge from outside. And it helps to live spiritual life. That's the Bhakta case of Guru Deva Tatma. For devotee, Guru with the category of the Devatas. So, ahimsa, non-violence. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Everywhere speaks. Non-violence means that one should not do anything which will put others into misery or confusion. See, not this is talking about only killing. But differently, many people that they are thinking only killing is himsa. But himsa is not only killing. Material activities that are promised by so many politicians, sociologists, philanthropists, etc., etc., do not produce very good result because the politician and philanthropists have no transcendental vision. They do not know what is actually beneficial for human society. Ahimsa means that people should not or should be trained in such a way that the full utilization of the human body can be achieved. The human body is meant for the spiritual realization. So any moment or any commissions which do not further that in commit violence on the human body, that which furthers the future spiritual happiness of the people in general is called non-violence. Proverbs very differently analyzed. Samatha, equanimity, equal to freedom for attachment and aversion. To be very much attached or to be very much detached is not the best. In between. Saying this material world should be an asset without attachment or aversion. What does this mean? Very critical, look nice.
This is good though.
That which is favorable for prosecuting, Krishna consciousness,
Persecuting.
persecuting. Krishna consciousness should be accepted, that which is unfavorable should be rejected. That is called samatha, equanimity. A person is Krishna consciousness has nothing to reject and nothing to accept, save in terms of its usefulness is the restriction of Krishna consciousness. I remember one thing, utility is the principle. Srila Prabhupada just, four principles. That is the one is utility is the principle. Whatever the things, just use for Krishna. That is the utility of the principle. And book are the basis. That means these books, spiritual books, we have to read. That is the basis, that is the fundamental foundation. And then purity is the force. That means purity for everything. We have pure. Purity is the force. This is another one is whole thing. Utility is the principle. The basis. Utility is the principle. Preaching is the essence. That means preaching is the essence. Yeah. We know the knowledge, and then we have to try to teach others to send knowledge, whatever we have. Just if we have that knowledge, we are not this body, we are the soul. Mind, soul accept this body and because of the misery. Material body means misery. Because of the anxiety, misery, distress, all these things come produced by this body. And we can preach that Krishna is the supreme personality of the Godhead, and we are the part and parcel of the Godhead. Krishna's nature is Sachidananda Swarup. We have two incarnation, manifestation, creation. One is spiritual, another is material. The spiritual planet is full of happiness, full of knowledge, and full of truthfulness is there, and full of enjoyment is there. But in material planet, everything is miserable, paramapadam, visayam paramapadam. That means, dukha all the time. Padam padam yat vipatam natesam. Every step is painful here in this world. Padam. There is many authors there, but very miserable. But material was not like that, and we are the part and parcel of the supreme world. That's why our constitutional position is be happy and full of knowledge and everything. And that's why we have to try for that. We can preach same thing. We don't have to go further. Krishna saying, I am everything, just a big and mighty devotee, he's just saying that simply. And Krishna saying in the 18th chapter, who is the best devotee among the devotees? Who is the best? Krishna saying, who please by this, this confidential knowledge to others. He is a dear most devotee of mine. This clearly saying in the last chapter, 18th chapter.
Could you repeat that?
Huh?
Could you repeat that?
Which one?
Repeat.
Which is the dear most devotee? Yeah, that is that who praise the Krishna consciousness. That means who praise the Krishna's glories and his dharma and connection with the living entities and dharma, what is creation, why he created all these things. You know who praise that thing. He is the dear most devotee of Krishna. See, 18th chapter. If you want to see, I can find the verse. In 68, or one who explained this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. Generally, it is 68. This was for those who are not devotees will understand neither Krishna nor Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept Krishna, any the Bhagavad Gita as it is should not try to accept. But Bhagavad Gita whimsically and become affected. Bhagavad Gita should be explained to persons who are ready to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is the subject matter for the devotees only, and not for philosophical speculator. Anyone, however, who tries sincerely to present Bhagavad Gita as it is will advance in devotional activities and reach the pure devotional state of life as a result of the pure devotional. He is sure that to go back to Godhead. That means इसका मीनिंग आता है जो फिर मैं करता है हम लोग पहले तो प्रेजेंट करना पड़ेगा ना तो जैसे बिजनेसमैन जैसे अपना वस्तु को दिखाता है लोगों का तो उन लोग कोई रिजेक्ट कर देते हैं कोई ले लेते हैं अच्छा इसी करके हम लोगों को भी एक संस्था है और बुक सब चीज है जो when just approach the people and so the Gita and many people just we are trying who have the faith who have the fortunate so they will take this book. Yes, definitely. And how many devotees they just read this book and come to the temple and join us? But recently we had something happened. Ryan, he got one Bhagavad Gita preaching somebody. Just give to him and he came to the temple and practicing. Nowadays he's busy, he didn't come. But by reading the book he can. He likes, he loves. That means he had fortunate. That is called fortunate soul. That's why we have to preach. And that is the Krishna saying, this is the dear most devotee of Krishna. Okay. There will be samatha. Now tushti. Tushti, satisfaction means that one should not be eager to gather more and more material goods by unnecessary activity. One should be satisfied with whatever is obtained by the grace of the Supreme Lord. That is called satisfaction. Not it's a simple thing for these like this much humble, this much only greedy, because everybody greedy, no? Wants to enjoy it, gathering money. In Upadeshan is also same thing for it in Upadeshan. Atyahara. Atyahara prayasa. So, Prajalpo Niyamagraha. There is also Prajalpo Deva. Talking, one same thing, that is called Prajalpa. That's why Atyahara means unnecessarily just gathering the things. That is called Atyahara. This is also called Atyahara. Santushta Sada Sukhi, Asantushta Sada Dukhi. That means satisfaction person, whatever you can earn by using his intelligence and he should satisfy. Enviness is the main cause of enviness. Everybody envies each other. Oh, he had that car, I don't have. Oh, he had that house, I don't have. That is called enviness. We don't have to dwell by others, just pleasing. We have to please. Oh, yeah, it's nice. If we thinking that's way, yeah, it's okay. Oh, Krishna gave him. Oh, Krishna is so kind. If we connect like that, and then we will be happy. By that, by remembering, oh, Krishna gave him. It's okay. Maybe he did, pious things in the previous life. We have to think that's way. And it's become not enviness, no? It's pious. If we are thinking, oh, we got lots of money and God, I don't have what to do, Krishna give him, not to be why. Because we are thinking this is called enviness. To that person and Krishna too. Because Krishna provided everything for everybody. He give intelligence everything. You're saying, Buddhi Buddhimata Chaham, Balavatam Balavachasmi. Previously talking about that. And I am the intelligent person. No? I am the intelligent person. I am the Christian person in this world. Who is? That is I am. Krishna is saying, everything I am. He is saying, this is power of Himalaya. I am. Everything he is saying, I am. It is coming out. Everything is coming. Tapasa means austerity or penances. There are many rules and regulations in the Vedas which apply here. Like rising early in the morning and taking a bath. Sometimes it is bad to rise early in the morning, but whatever voluntary to one may suffer. This way is called. Similarly, there are descriptions for fasting on certain days on the month, Ekadashi. आप करते हैं क्या? Ekadashi करना चाहिए. Maybe day after tomorrow Ekadashi.
Friday.
Friday.
Yogi.
Without grain, you can take fruits and nuts. It used to help us for our Ekadashi, Ekanuman, fasting for the Lord. Ekadashi means we have to please him to Eka is soul of Krishna. That is the meaning of Ekadashi.
When is it from though? That's different people say different things. Like some say stop at midnight, some say stop at noon, or 9 a.m. Or what is
No,
is
the
it
next day there is timing is there. Next day you can break the Ekadashi fast.
What is like from midnight to midnight or midnight
No,
to
from
noon?
morning to morning.
Morning to morning.
Yes.
So 24 hours.
Yes. Morning to morning.
Normally, the way it goes is day prior to that, after dinner, you stop. Next day, you do it. Third day, when you get up in the morning, then you start eating.
It can help us for the, one thing is bodily purification also, and same time mind purification. days also, Ekadashi days. Very important for the devotees. That's why Srila Prabhupada put these rules and regulations for the, even though American devotees are, they are also following same thing. Ekadashi. It's a help. This is called Haribhasara. This is another name is Haribhasara. That means there is many days. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all these things. This is for your Hari. Haribhasara. That means this day for the Hari. That means we have to chant more around and the glory chanting of this mood. And just, it help us for the austerity. That is called Ekadashi. That's why we have to really certain day. One may not be inclined to practice the such fasting, but because of his determination to make the advance in the science of Krishna consciousness, he should accept such bodily troubles when they are recommended. However, one should not fast unnecessarily or against Vedic injunction. One should not fast for some political purpose. This satyagraha. In India, they call satyagraha. Satyagraha, satyagraha, and they are just fasting. Amara anasam. That means until to death. In Nepal, that is not happening. One people doing that and die. At last he died. But nothing happened after he died. Nothing. Something that is called unnecessary political. That is described in Bhagavad Gita. Fasting ignorance is common. That is ignorance. Ignorant is ajnana. And is a hell. That leads us hell. And anything done in ignorance or passion does not lead to spiritual advancement. Everything done is the mood of goodness does advance one, however, and fasting done in terms of the Vedic intention reaches only spiritual knowledge. As far as charity is concerned, again, one should give 50% of the earnings to some good cause. And what is a good cause? It is that which is conducted in terms of Krishna consciousness. That is not only a good cause, but the best cause, because Krishna is good. His cause is also good. Thus, charity should be given to the person who is engaged in Krishna consciousness. According to the Vedic literature, it is enjoying that charity should be given to the Brahmanas. This practice is still followed, although not very nicely in terms of the Vedic injunction. But still the injunction is that charity should be given to the Brahmanas. Why? Because they are engaged in higher cultivations of spiritual knowledge. A Brahmana is supposed to devote his whole life to understanding Brahman. Brahma janati iti Brahmana. This verse is only through one line. Janmana jayate Sudra, karmana dija uchyate, vedapati bhavet vipra, Brahma janati iti Brahmana. This is called. One should know Brahman. Brahman is called Brahmana. What is Brahman? What is Brahman? What is Brahman?
In classes,
Lord Krishna has three features. We can realize him as three features. How to say feature? Yeah, feature. Three sides. That means one is Brahma. Brahma means everywhere. He is presiding everywhere in this table and these plants, animals, everywhere. That is called Brahma. Is presiding in moving or non-moving things. That is called Brahma. And then Paramatma. That is not moving on the. I mean, in the life, you have life, not like this. Life as a super soul. You have life in the presiding as a super soul. And another picture is Bhagavad. He is showing about it. We can just example is given like sun god. Sun god, sunshine is coming, sun rays is coming. Same thing, Brahma is everywhere, right? Same thing. Sun, when sun come up, is the sun signs go everywhere. Same thing, Krishna's energy, Brahman is everywhere, is like that. And then sun planet. That means Paramatma, as a Paramatma, living out of the entities. And Bhagavan, in his place in Bhagavan, that means he is a person, personality, and we can realize that. First, we have to see everywhere is Krishna's design, and then more detail when we go to the supreme, and super soul, and then the states of the realization, different state. There will be Brahman, and Brahma Janati means who knows the connection with the Lord. That means everything is connected to the Lord, and it is the part and parcel of the Lord manifestation. We know that we are not this body, we are the part and parcel of the Lord. We are the spirit soul. We know that is called Brahman. That's why Srila Prabhupada trying to make all the people. Nowadays in India there is four castes. You know that four castes: Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. Four castes. This is what we're talking about in the 18th chapter, which will come. But now this much is Brahman. Who Brahma Janati, the Brahma who knows the Brahma, that means Supreme Personality of God is one creature. That is called Brahman. And engage. This charity is offered to the Brahmana because they are always in the higher spiritual service and have no time to earn their livelihood. In the Vedic literature, charity is also to be awarded to one in the renowned order of life, the sannyasi. The sannyasi begs from door to door, not for money, but for missionary purpose. The system is that they go from door to door to awaken the householder from the slumber or the ignorance, because the householders are engaged in family affair and have forgotten their actual purpose in life, awakening their Krishna consciousness. It is the business of the sannyasi to go as beggar to the householder and encourage them to be Krishna conscious. As it is said in the Vedas, one should awake and achieve at least the human form of life. This knowledge and method is distributed by the sannyasis. Hence, charity is to be given to the renouncers of life, to the brahmanas, and it's similar good cause. Good cause, not to any mystical cause. Mystical. This is also talking about in 16th chapter, mystical. Oh, what you will ask it was. So just to conclude Yes or pain should be according to Lord Chaitanya, who said that a man is famous when he is known as a great devotee. That is real fame. If one has become a great man and it is known, then he is truly famous. One who does not have such fame will be famous. All these qualities are manifest through the universe and human society. And in the society of the demigods, there are many forms of humanity on other planets, and these qualities are there. See, another thing also. Another planet, there are also human beings are there. We are still thinking that only this planet and we are here. Only this much man in this universe. We are thinking, many scientists they are thinking like this. But Prabhupada is saying other planets, innumerable planets, and innumerable earth planet, innumerable Brahmaji, one-headed, four-headed, 10-headed, 100-headed, 1,000, and millions-headed Brahmaji also. Big planetary universe in all those places and managed by the thousands of thousands of heads. That's a indeed thousands of heads for planets. We cannot imagine God creation. We are teeny living entities. We have small knowledge, But we can become, omniscient. How to say omniscient? Yeah, omniscient by the devotional service. If we know Krishna properly and think we can know things properly as they are by the self-realization. Otherwise, it will not possible. Devotee can travel. My Guru Maharaj giving lecture and he saying, if one chant properly 24 hours a day, and he can see, devotees fly over the sky. He can see. It's not a big deal. But by mind, by heart, you have to do things as properly, and then they can see. That is, many qualities. Person develop them himself from within. Now, for one quality, which is now who wants to advance in the Krishna consciousness, Krishna creates all these qualities. But the person develops them himself from within. One who engages in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord develops all the good qualities as arranged by the Supreme Lord. Sama Sate Suraha. There is in Srimad Bhagavad, there is one verse talking about who is performance the devotional service. Whatever the demigods had quality, all things will come by the devotional service. Of whatever we find, good or bad, the origin in Krishna is Krishna. Nothing can manifest itself in this material world which is not in Krishna. That is knowledge. Although we know that things are differently situated, we should realize that everything follows from Krishna. It's differently situated. That means sometimes good, sometimes bad. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita ki, Prabhupada ki. This is very nice verse. कुछ प्रश्न आएगा आपको कुछ?
This is a very interesting. So, the thing about the verse is what it tells us is that whatever we generally assume that, like whatever I said, that we have control over everything, that we can control our devotional service, we can control our senses, we can speak the truth or we can speak, but that's not, we don't have any control over it. It's all, we can only develop it. Right?
Yes, yeah.
We can only develop it.
Yeah, we can just make it, we can give the direction.
But the flow is always there from somewhere.
Yeah.
Flow of water is always there from somewhere. It's only we can make some small, but we feel when we live in this small direction, we think, wow, we are the ones who are controlling the flow.
No, we devotees shouldn't have to, thinking like that. I am doing this thing. We cannot control our senses, all the things. It's depend on the Krishna, everything. But we can use this one for good deeds. Whatever we have discriminative power, intelligence. We have intelligence.
But that's also given by
Krishna. But Krishna saying, आपको वो भी बता दूँ. Krishna saying, ददामि बुद्धि योगम तम. Krishna saying, I will give you knowledge. I will give you knowledge. He is the seed giver, everything is. But who wants to come with him, सततम कृतदेवाच एव दृढ़वतः ददामि बुद्धि योगम tam. We just Satatam means all the time chanting the name of mine, and I will give him knowledge. In real knowledge, knowledge is there, material knowledge and spiritual knowledge, and he will give them spiritual knowledge. Both knowledge is there, spiritual and material.
We just have to be open to it. We have to be open to it.
A Krishna Prem is within us. Just we have to manifest it. Now it's unmanifested condition. By the our desire, many things we are desiring covered by that things, like the ashes, fire covered by the ashes, same thing is going on. There is dhuma, agni yatha dhumena avritam करके श्लोक है. 15 चैप्टर भी आगे आ जाएगा. जैसे वो ढाका है ऐसे करके सब कुछ आ जाता है, पढ़ना ही पड़ता है.